Today on 30 by 30, it's this. At first I thought, oh, this is kind of bizarre. Who wants to look at a bunch of feet?
To be me is to be an attention-craving loser in Supergirl costume.
Hello, my name is Staisha, and this is my documentary, Beneath the Satin.
A dancer's hard work begins the second she walks through the studio door. Each dancer has her own way of warming up before beginning class. Every class begins with the bar, and the bar begins with a warm-up for the feet and ankles. Warming up the feet and ankles includes numerous exercises involving the work of the foot instep and the arch. A proper warm-up and bar are necessary for all levels of ballet. Proper preparation is also needed for point work. Dancers use many different methods of pain relief, which may include the use of toe pads, second skin, or medical tape. Dancers' feet often portray the hard work that goes into dancing. Aside from daily classes, a dancer must endure countless hours of rehearsals. Even with the great amount of warm-up and preparation, injuries still occur.
Sometimes you see this with people in ballet, and what you're actually pointing to is your mid-tarsal bones. You're pointing to either the base of your second or the base of your third. They're right next to each other. The foot, believe it or not, was not designed to go into a point position.
In the end, the sacrifices are always worth it.
The idea came from my everyday experiences. I actually, at the time, when I decided to do the film, I had suffered from an injury, a stress fracture in my second metatarsal, and that kept me off of ballet for 6 weeks. The second metatarsal is the bone in my foot that's connected to the second toe. My second toe is longer than my first, so all the pressure when I go up on point is on my second toe.
The foot, believe it or not, was not designed to go into a point.
The doctor thing, I just asked permission. That was actually one of my appointments. And I had my mom filming. That was my foot. The legs and feet are a very important part of ballet, and a lot of people don't realize what actually goes into dancing and the pain that the dancers have to suffer through. And so I wanted that to be the focus. I wanted the feet to be the focus. And also I had suffered the injury, so it fit appropriately. And I'm not very comfortable speaking on camera, and I know a lot of dancers aren't. On stage, they don't have to speak, they just dance. And so I just wanted them doing what they do best. A lot of the things that I was surprised most with were the footage that I got from the camera that was just on the floor. I kind of knew where most of the crossings were done. I kind of thought there'd be a lot of dead space, but I was surprised to see how often the dancers were passing each other, and it was interesting. There was a lot of surprises. There was one part where the little girls are at the bar, and it's kind of, it's a really cool effect. You see all their legs, kind of like a tunnel, and that's where I placed the camera purposely. I enjoyed the editing. I thought that was fun, to see the whole thing come together. I had about 4 hours of footage, and from that I cut it down to the 7-minute documentary. But before I actually went to the editing studio, I did some pre-editing at home, and we had a friend of ours burn a time code onto the videos, onto the footage that I had. And from there I chose the pieces that I liked, and we cut them. And then when I went to the editing studio, I basically had the whole documentary done. I just needed to blend it, you know, with the fading and the different special effects. Like the end where the girl slows down into the curtsy and then it pauses on that last screen, just to kind of give it a more, not really an abrupt ending, but a more drastic ending. We actually did one reverse piece where we reversed the footage, which kind of gave it a cool effect. When the girls were walking in the door, the thing is that the girls didn't come in one after the other, so we had to do the fading and the cutting of the different parts, but it kind of made it look like they were just coming in one after the other, but it was actually a long time span.
A dancer's hard work begins the second she walks through the studio door.
The narration actually came the night that we edited. We looked at the film and it was like it was missing something. We were just gonna do feet, But then it just didn't look like anything. It just looked like footage and, really nice editing. But there was no point. So my friend Farah, she agreed to do the voiceover, but we had to leave the room. And she faked her accent. She was from South Africa, so she has a little bit of a British accent, which gave it a more formal feel. That's what we wanted.
Warming up the feet and ankles includes numerous exercises involving the work of the foot-in step and the arch.
The opening and the closing, credits, we actually got from our rehearsals. It was music that we were dancing to at the time, and I thought it'd be appropriate. It was kind of like a very classical type feel. So that's what I wanted for the opening and closing. And the rest of the music was just what was happening, when I was filming it. Being at the rehearsals and filming it and not being able to dance, that was the thing that really got me. Because, I'm sitting there watching them all having fun and dancing, and that was hard. Thanks, guys. If you have an idea, just go for it. Because at first I thought, oh, this is kind of bizarre. Who wants to look at a bunch of feet, for the entire documentary? But that's what I wanted. I just wanted feet. So I was like, oh, I'll go for it. What the heck.
Ow.
Class?
Hello, hi.
Class!
What now?
The Encyclo Cinema term for today is L-cut.
An L-cut is the thing, it's really tall, and the person sits on it, and a video camera tapes people from high and low angles.
Nope.
An L-cut is an angle for the camera.
Nope, nope.
When an actor doesn't do the right thing, they stamp an L on their head for loser.
Afraid not.
L-cut is you film, if a person is walking, you would film in an L position. You would film him, if he was walking this way, you would film him this, and then you would move the camera and film him in another direction. So it's you're L-cutting him. Cutting him off in an L.
Nice try.
An L-cut is a technique in editing where you have a scene and the person is talking in that scene and you can see the person, but then their voice carries over to the next scene, like an image of another person or another shot.
Now you're talking.
do all mine in numbers. What I do is I find like where I'm gonna be shooting, and then I write down all the numbers on places that I want to have the camera at, and then I'd write down all the numbers on where I want it to be focused on. So like I'd have like a camera 1 in the corner shooting on a camera 4 spot over here, and that's how I do it. And then I tie it in with wherever the plot's gonna go.
We kind of get together and we do stick figures on the storyboards, and we write where we want each shot to be, so that working with the team, we all have to know what we want to come out of it.
Well, I don't draw them, but I write down each shot and, you know, the angle, that type of thing. And then that goes along with each scene in the script.
If I wanted to do a shot that's from the ground looking up, I don't really storyboard and draw it out. I just like lay down on the ground and say the person's line and then act like I'm the camera, and then maybe I'd like walk around her. I basically just like act it out, and I keep that into my head until I write the script, and then I have the script for reference.
You just come up with your main scenes, and then the different things that are going to evolve from that, and then you put them all in order. That's the way I do mine.
To be me is to be an attention-craving loser in a Supergirl costume. The other day, I took a little jaunt through Manhattan. Here's what happened. When I was in 4th grade, I moved to a new school and I didn't know anybody. I would sit quietly alone at lunch every day, until one day when I slipped and fell out of my chair. Everyone turned around at me, and instead of being embarrassed, I was actually invigorated. I fell out of my chair on purpose every day for the rest of the year. It became my identity, and it still is. At 17, I'll still do anything to get your attention. I'm just the wacky one. But here in New York City, it's different. There's almost no competing with the ambient energy here. Yeah, anyone can pose for pictures with foreign tourists or follow a crowd to Times Square for a taping of Total Request Live. But here in this city, you have no choice but to be anonymous. And I actually like that. I like the freedom just to be one of the crowd. I feel more like myself here than anywhere else. Here's the rest of my story.
Enemy ships are attacking. Evacuate if you can.
Jump for Crashland! Jump for Crashland! In the tube! Too
Mayfair Bank safe. What's in here? Money, haha. I like this. This is fun.
I love money. It's good.
Oh wow, a buffet. My favorite. Hey, what are you doing?
Get out of
Hey.
This bank is so stupid.
Hey, let's get out of here. I'm scared. Hey, what's this? Hey, I've never seen one of these before.
Supermarket. I am so hungry. Let's have something to eat. Yeah, maybe this stuff looks good. Soup. I'm gonna have one. Don't have too much. I warned you.
Hey, you have to pay for that. Come back here. Come back.
Let's get out of here.
That
Get
soup.
over the door.
Come back. Come.
The Art Museum of Columbsquatch.
Oh, what's this?
This is so neat. Never seen one of these before.
Oh, this is fun.
Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here. This is an art museum. It's not a playground. What are you doing? Go.
Whee! Don't crash the tree. Whee! Open the cage. I dare to go in.
Okay.
Hope you fit. Bye. See you later.
Hey, get me out of here. That'd be $16. Hey, where'd you come from? Okay, help. Aha! It looks like it'll fit perfectly. Ah! Oh my gosh, he's chasing me. How?
This planet is too weird, aliens. Let's go back to our home planet.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a jump for it. Me too. Ouch! That hurts.
Don't forget to check out HBOMagnet.com for all the info about how you can submit your films to 30 by 30 Kid Flicks.
Okay, that's a wrap.
I am going to tell you about a scene in the X-Men movie that I saw previously, and it's where Wolverine is fighting the Transformer bad X-Man, and he goes, choo, choo, and he's got out his claws and he's like fighting, and then the bad guy is like kicking him, and then he's scratching, and then he cuts through this fence to try and get at him. So then the bad guy runs away, and then the Transformer turns into one of the good guys, and then Wolverine slices him because he's got like super sniffing, and he knows who's the good guy, and then he goes, but there's a problem, you're not the group. So he slices him through, and then that's it.